everyone! Today in Kit's Kitchen, we are making pesto in the easiest way because we have this, right? The food processor is so fast and it's so helpful. In the old days, pesto, or the proper way of making pesto, is using that kind of old style wooden, or not wooden, stone, like a stone mortar and pestle type thing. And they take a lot of time just using basil and garlic and just doing it by hand, which I am sure tastes amazing, but we have this thing called a food processor, so that's what we're gonna do. I make pesto all the time, year round. It doesn't matter if there's basil because I use all kinds of different greens and herbs to make pesto. It always tastes good, right? So today I have this beautiful greens from Green Edge Garden, local, organic from the market. So we're using arugula and mustard greens. So I'm gonna dump this into the food processor. Like I said, I really like the dump and spin, right? So that's gonna go in there. So just a few ingredients for the kind of pesto that I make. We really like pesto to be garlicky in this house. So 3 cloves of peeled garlic, half a cup of nuts. I have walnuts today, but I have also used almond or seeds, actually work really well too. Half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese goes in there, and a generous amount of salt, because actually I'm gonna taste this later, but the salt has the ability to bring out the flavors in pesto. Pepper, and I'm gonna do juice of 1 lime, but if you have lemon, that's great too. I just happen to have lime. So juice of 1 lime. This lime is a little bit dry, so I'm gonna try to squeeze as much as I can in there. See if all those muscles I work on comes in handy. Okay, now I'm gonna do a little bit of olive oil. This is a 1/4 cup. Now pesto is really, it's about art. Actually, it's more about your taste. And if you like the consistency a certain way, you're gonna make it that way. Today I'm gonna actually use it in homemade pizza. So we're gonna want it to be not super runny. Okay, so we put this together and we spin. Sometimes you have to make sure that all the leaves get in there. Sometimes some get stuck on the side. Now, I'm watching the consistency. See if you guys can see this. Right now, it's kind of thick, so I'm gonna add some water as it's spinning, just to the consistency that I like. So let's see what it looks like. So there's the consistency. I'm gonna kind of scrape the sides and spin a little bit more, but I'm also gonna do a little bit of tasting, because this is where the art comes in. You're gonna wanna taste it so that you know what it needs more. It might need more cheese, it might need more nuts, salt, pepper, or lime. Totally up to you, however you like it. It's actually really good. So I'm just gonna give it 1 more spin just to get it to the right consistency that I like. And that's it, you guys. This is pesto. I'll show you how I put it on our pizza later, but that's simple, right? And it's so good. I tasted the arugula and the mustards. Guys, welcome back. So I wanted to show you how I put the pesto on my pizza. I know it's not a pizza episode, but I kind of love making pizza. So just take you along with me. So here's our pesto that we made. And I can't tell you how much better it is to make your own pesto. I have not tasted pesto outside of my own making that is as good. I think it's because I can customize it. I can make it as salty or as nutty or as lemony as I want, garlicky, right? Very important. So try making your own, and again, you can use any greens or herbs. I love cilantro or parsley, arugula, basil of course, and sometimes if I have all of them, I just use all of them. Or you can just be very Italian and just use basil. And also the nuts. I know the traditional version is not walnuts. It is pine nuts. I was just looking for the name of the pine nuts. So you can do that, basil and pine nuts, or you can create your own and make it as good as you want it to be. Okay, so I'll show you how I make the pizza. We have two pizzas going on. It's the sourdough crust that I made from our own sourdough starter, and that's its own story. And today I am using the sauce that is delicious. It's also local if you guys live in Bexley. So I'm going to generously cover each of the piece of crust with the tomato sauce because, you know, it's kind of the traditional version of pizza, right? Of course, you can get white pizzas, and I have made just pesto as the base, but we like to do both. We like to have the red and the green and the white from the cheese, which, you know, ironically makes the flag of Italy, right? You think maybe that's why they love pizza so much? Or maybe it's just coincidence. But I am grateful that they came up with this creation. Okay, so doesn't it feel like painting? It's so much fun. Okay, so one of the pizzas, I'm gonna make the big one just cheese. And I just grated some cheese, whatever cheese we have left in the fridge. We are running low on cheese, so I just grated whatever. It's a combination of things that I actually don't really know. I think it's cheddar and maybe Gouda, but it's totally fine. It will melt and it will taste great. So that's just one pizza. That's done. So the other one, I am going to do dollops of pesto. And again, I feel like I'm painting here. So I'm just gonna do little dollops like that. And when we get a little bite of the pesto, it's like a little present in the mouth. Just like that. And I'm not even going to spread it, just going to cover that with cheese. I know it seems like a lot of work to make your own pizza, but if you think it's fun, like I do, I think it's more fun than ordering out and then just getting it delivered. I mean, of course, there's a place and time to that, but if you have time, I think this is super fun. And then I just sprinkle a little bit of herbe de Provence, or whatever herbs you have, or you don't have to do any of it, right? And that's it. One pizza with a little bit of pesto, and the other one just tomato sauce. And I know it wasn't supposed to be a pizza episode, but I hope you try to make the pesto and just see the difference. All right, thanks.